It's going on Facebook and Instagram. We're doing a dual live program here, so if there's any problems, just let me know. But the three things we're going to be talking about here are the three components of a great story. And I've been writing books for other entrepreneurs. I'm helping entrepreneurs write books. And I'm seeing that, number one, everybody's afraid to tell other people their whole entire story. And then also, they're not great at storytelling in general. So I go over a little bit of the details on how to tell a great story in a book format. I'm a big movie buff, so I did a little research on storytelling for movies, and I use that into video, but I also use it in books, on every book that I write or I help others write. I don't know if there's anybody on Instagram yet, but thanks for joining me if you're on Facebook. My name is Mike Fallat. I help entrepreneurs write and publish best-selling books, and I teach them how to use it as the ultimate marketing tool through a company called DreamStartersUniversity.com. When I realized the power of a book, I wrote a book called Dream Starter, the Startup Business Guide for the Die-Hard Entrepreneur. And this is when I started to get clients and help others write their own book, and was able to become a best-selling author, which got me speaking gigs. And now I help other people do the exact same thing. It's quite easy to write a book. 97% of people who start writing a book never finish it. The reason why it's easy to start it, it's very hard to finish it. People get distracted, people lose time, they don't know exactly what they're doing when it comes to writing a book. But really, they don't know how to storytell, and they don't even know where they're taking the book. It's all a tool. This is just a tool. No matter how you look at it, if somebody reads it or not. Statistics show if I give this book out to 100 people, less than 10 people are going to read it. This is not my numbers. This is any book in general. Whether you're Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, statistics show less than 10% of people will read your entire book. That's why you want to do a couple things with your book. Number one, keep it entertaining. Number two, keep it simple. Number three, keep it driven towards a purpose of giving value. Now, I don't know who else is on Facebook Live. I cannot see you. I don't know who else is on Instagram Live. I cannot see you at the time either. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and just let me know if you have any concerns, whether you're writing your own story, whether how to turn it into a bestseller on Amazon, because Amazon rewards leverage, positioning, and timing. If you leverage yourself with the right network, position yourself in the right genre, and then with timing, have everybody buy at a certain time on a certain day. That's how you turn things into a bestseller. We're working with some big names right now, some great digital marketers, and you should be seeing their book very soon. If you have any questions, reach out. Three things to a great story. Number one is heroes and villains. You need to have a hero and a villain. And people are always asking me if I'm writing fiction or nonfiction. This is all biographical. Everything that I do is based off of true stories. For the ghostwriting program, I interview people, and then I hear their story, and then we turn their story into a book. We're all about true stories at Dream Starters, turning your life story into a book so you can use that to get to other levels. What's going on, Lloyd? Thanks, buddy. I'll just like that right now. Lloyd, I cannot wait. Your book will be out tonight or tomorrow, and it's gonna be wild, man. Really looking forward to it. But you want heroes and villains. You want to be the hero of your own story. Villains, somebody tried to hold you back. Maybe something out there was trying to stop you from accomplishing that dream. Maybe circumstance. Maybe it's just a person. Maybe it's an event. Whatever it is. You need to have a villain. And Steve Jobs did this all the time whenever he was doing his demonstrations for Apple. He would always villainize everything that he's taken down. You ever see the commercial that he did for Apple versus IBM? He made them the villain. It's key. What's going on, Shattered, on Instagram? He made them the villain, and he made Apple the hero. What that did was you pick sides immediately when you start hearing him or reading his books or listening to him at a speaking event or even in the newspaper. You pick sides and you immediately go towards his side because his side is the Thanks, buddy. Because his side is the good side. So you want to make sure that the reader will pick sides. Who is the hero and who is the villain in the story? And then there's struggle. Struggle is another. You're in a book. If there's struggle involved, people can relate to it. And people don't like the person who was born at the top to always stay at the top, to never have to fight anything, no, never have to worry about any struggles in their life. People cannot relate to that. People can relate to struggle, and that gets people involved. If you can put the reader in a situation that you were in and you get them to feel something, then you have them hooked. So they pick sides, they can put themselves in your shoes, they can struggle with you through the story, and then the third part is triumph. There has to be some type of resolution, what you've learned throughout your struggle, what you can take and give to somebody else so they don't use, or they don't have to struggle nearly as bad as you did. So it's heroes and villains. You have to be the hero of your story. Villains, maybe it's some scumbag out there who tried to hold you back. And you're going to use that as motivation to get to exactly where you want to go in life. Maybe somebody told you can't do something. Maybe somebody fired you. Maybe somebody did something. Yeah, Margot Sandy, if anybody's watching here, Margot Sandy, she's a product engineer. She's in a different country, I think, every week. But she's a big fan of 1980s references. And she's a client of mine, and all we do is we talk in 80s lingo. I don't know if you guys are big fans of Margot. I don't know if I told you this, but I went to see Corey Feldman over the weekend. Yeah, Corey Feldman. I touched Corey Feldman. Haven't washed his hands since. Anybody else out there? Shattered, if you're on Instagram, if you have guys have any questions, please let me know. But writing a story, it's more than just putting your thoughts down on a piece of paper. It's trying to keep the reader entertained. And it's a journey. There is a research has been done that the attention span of a human being is approximately 8 seconds. But in 1998 to about 2006, there was also a study done. In 1998, they said the average human being can pay attention to a speaker, to a movie, to a book for 12 minutes in 1998. In 2006, they did the exact same thing, and it was down to, I believe, either 5 or 8 minutes. I think it was 5 minutes. So 7 minutes was cut off the average human's attention span in a movie or in a book. And that it just goes to show you that with social media, there's so much coming at you, whether in Facebook, whether in Instagram, whether in Snapchat, that people are just filtering stuff out constantly. If you can hook somebody in 5 minutes in a book and just get them to flip through your book, still learning valuable information, then you got something. It's all about attention. It's about like a pathway. If you can grab them by the hand, walk them down, and get them to trust you, get them to know you, get them to like you. There's so many people out there pretending to be something that they're not, that guards are going up even further than before. And I can kind of smell bullshit from people now on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram just by asking them questions. And you'll be able to do the exact same thing. If you try to pull out pieces of their story and they blow by things, or they don't tell you everything, or if you do a Google search and you find out some other things that other people are saying, you do your own research, you'll be able to smell bullshit. And it makes your guards go up a lot more. And I think that the more you can tell your story in an entertaining way and as factual as possible, as authentic as possible, you're able to build a relationship up with them. And then you're able to, maybe a year from now, help them out with something else. Barter your services with what they offer. Or offer them some type of service where you can collect a fee and keep your business flowing. CJ, you have any questions over there on Instagram? What's going on, guys? And that's pretty much all I want to say is when you're telling your story, make sure it's entertaining. Remember, when you are writing things down, we have 2 different services. You either write it, we edit it, and we market it, or we'll write it for you. And that means we're going to do everything. We just have to hear your story. We take your story and we put it into a book format. But if you're writing it yourself, or whether if you're doing it in video, whether you're doing it in a blog or LinkedIn post, whatever it is, remember that you're still sort of directors of your own life, your own screenwriters. You want to create a villain and a hero. You want to show struggle to relate to the audience. And you also want to have triumph. You want to have some type of takeaway, not only in your life, but something that you can give somebody else. And that's the reason why they would pay attention to you. Anybody have any questions out there? I have a 3 o'clock meeting here, so I do have to run. But even writing, it's helping me become a better speaker. Constantly writing. And I know I have a long ways to go whenever it comes to speaking, but every time you clarify what's going on inside your head and you put it down on paper, you become a better communicator. And I think you can take that and translate it to speaking, which the more you do it, the better you get. One of my weaknesses, and I think you guys are going to pick up on this, I say the word so all the time. It's a great buffer between sentences. And it's killing me inside every time I say it. I have a person who's watching these videos outside here, and even when I speak to her, to yell at me every time she hears the word so. And I think that the better of a communicator you become, whether it's in writing things down, whether it's in speaking in front of other people, or whether it's just one-to-one in business relationships, you're going to become a better leader. And it all begins with writing. I know that when I started in 2008, I started writing every day at 5 in the morning. I'd wake up and just write my thoughts, what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish. And I would do a lot of ... stuff. You know, it would just be me typing sentences, ... never really putting it all together. But I'm trying to formulate everything that was going on inside my head. And I know for a fact, 100% guaranteed, I never got tested for this, but I know I have ADD. I know it without a doubt. I hated working at companies that gave me one specific task and I could never do anything outside of that. Could never focus in school because I hated school. However, business, because there's so much going on at all times, it always keeps me moving. I love always doing something. And the more I can kind of calm down and just listen to music and clear my head and write, it's very therapeutic, and I recommend it for anybody. Even if you are going to write a book or you're not going to write your book, whatever it is, being able to clarify exactly what's going on in your head makes life a lot easier. And what changed my mind about what the direction I was going with life was when I wrote my dream obituary. I wrote down how I wanted to be remembered after I was gone. And that made me take action, whether it was get out of that job that I truly hated, whether it was stop dating people that really was nothing there. It just comes down to just clarifying exactly what you're thinking about. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me, mfallat@dreamstarterspgh.com. And reach out to me, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. This is the book. You can get it for free on dreamstartersuniversity.com, or send me your email and I'll just send you a free copy. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.